From the Detroit Free Press, it's Wednesday, November 25th. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
I'm Frank Witzel with the Detroit Free Press. The Detroit City Council voted down the mayor's proposal to offer relief for thousands of overassessed homeowners at a long meeting Tuesday after some procedural wrangling and more than an hour of discussion. The plan, which was expected to pass but widely attacked during the meeting's public comment and debate, did not include refunds, and some critics said too narrowly defined who would be eligible for the benefits that were proposed as compensation for years of being overtaxed. Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan has said the city can't repay overtaxed owners because it can't afford the expense, especially now with a pandemic. He also has argued that a massive repayment wouldn't be legal because the deadline had expired. Council President Pro Tem Mary Sheffield and Councilwoman Raquel Castaneda-Lopez unsuccessfully sought an amendment to extend the years of eligibility for benefits from 2008 to 2016. But Chief Financial Officer David Massarone said that doing so would add new home buyers into the calculation and raise the concern that the city is in dire financial situation. And because it was an appropriation, changes would have to come from the administration. It's unclear whether the mayor's office would resubmit a revised plan.
I'm Ashley Nerbovic, the Mis- and Disinformation reporter for the Detroit Free Press. People tanked the reviews of a Michigan flower shop under the false impression the shop was owned by a state canvassing board member. Republican Norm Shinkle abstained from the Michigan State Board of Canvassers election certification vote during the board's Monday meeting. After the meeting, many Twitter users called for people to harass Shinkle's flower shop and greenhouse. People left angry Google and Yelp reviews. One review said, "Replaced my order with one the florist wanted, even though I did everything correctly. Said it was because I was black, from Detroit, and didn't know what I was doing." Their anger was misdirected, however, as the shop does not belong to Norm Shinkle, but to his brother, Gary Shinkle. Trevor Savage, Gary Shinkle's son-in-law, said, "We're watching false reviews pile up online, and it's frightening and upsetting that people would try to harm a family business from hundreds of miles away without even being clear on the facts."
I'm Susan Selaski, Detroit Free Press food writer. People have been hoarding toilet paper, paper towels, and disinfecting wipes. Is now the time to stock up on booze so everyone can imbibe in their favorite spirit during the holidays? Meijer wants to make sure that happens. The retailer has placed limits on some alcohol purchases now through New Year's Day to make sure there are no shortages. Meijer says the chain-wide limits are to ensure customers can get the alcohol brands they want. The 2-bottle limit applies only to spirits like whiskey, vodka, and tequila. It's also brand-specific and relates to each individual item. For example, you can only purchase 2 of any brand of vodka. If you want 6 bottles of vodka, it needs to be 3 different brands. The limits are already in place and will continue through the holiday season. The 2-bottle brand limit does not apply to wine, beer, or liquor gift sets.
This is Brian Manzullo, craft beer writer for the Detroit Free Press. Here's a story about a Detroit Lions-themed beer that fizzled out quicker than a typical Lions season. Eastern Market Brewing Company, with operations in Detroit and Ferndale, unveiled the beer Sunday and dubbed it Same Old Lager. It's meant to be a play on the phrase Same Old Lions, with the motto, "Don't set your expectations too high." However, as news of the beer made its rounds online, Barry Sanders noticed an 8-bit version of his likeness was printed on the can label. He announced he had no involvement with the beer and said his legal team was working to shut it down. Hours later, Eastern Market Brewing stopped all sales and production of the beer and said Tuesday the beer will be back with a different name and label in the future. Read more about the saga on Freep.com.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department, and we're looking ahead to Thanksgiving. And of course, that means Lions football. Every year since 1934, the Lions have been as big a part of Turkey Day as the parade, food, and family. And while some of the other aspects of this holiday may be muted this year, the Lions won't be. They host the Houston Texans in the customary 12:30 kickoff. For Matt Patricia, it's his third season leading the Lions and navigating this short turnaround from Sunday to Thursday. So how can you jam a week's worth of practice, especially correcting mistakes, into just a few days? Matt Patricia describes his method.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's certainly something that we actually deal with right after practice when we have those film sessions of practice and we go through a review and we get everything corrected right there. And we'll always have a little bit of a carryover from the day before built into practice where we get things corrected and we got to be able to go out and do it right the second time, and sometimes, look, if it's not right the third time or the second time, you just throw it out. It's a bad game plan. It's a bad play. It's something that's not going to work and you just get rid of it and move on. That's part of it too.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.